let's get to this Westbrook video, though, because there are a number of questions that I have in this video. And the first of them is, why is Westbrook in this area where the fan can get this close to Westbrook? It looks like an under the stadium eating area. The fan is sitting on a couch with what I presume is the fan's son. And Westbrook, for some reason, is showing off his abs and in the fighting posture of holding his junk, or holding the part of his shorts that suggests, I'm ready to fight now because I'm gripping my shorts in the groin area.
You thought he was holding his junk? I mean, if he is, pretty impressive right here on the hips.
No, he's got his hand. You're not seeing the video where I'm seeing the video. He's got his left hand in a place where it suggests I'm ready to fight because he's squeezing the shorts.
He's hiking his shorts up for better, movement, not grabbing his junk. I mean, his junk wouldn't be that far out. But
that's an old man move, by the way.
Yeah, it is. But Dan, so to answer your question, so when they redid the arena, the way the visitors walk out is they go down this long tunnel, and then they come back out the back, and then they have to loop back around because technically their locker room is located behind the bench. But there's also another tunnel that goes into one of those courtside club things, those amenity areas, kind of like the Grey Goose Lounge at whatever it's called, Jeremy.
You mean the Bacardi Ocho Lounge?
Whatever.
Casella?
Right?
It's important that you get stuck on those particular details. They're really making the
Honestly,
story
it's their
move
fault.
along.
Like, pick a sponsor that's going to stick around.
Yeah, there you go.
Four ridiculous.
The Heat Arena. Yeah. How's that?
So a lot of visiting players, rather than do that long loop around, they'll just cut through the other tunnel because it takes them right to that hallway where their locker room is. So that's where he's cutting through. This isn't, I mean, they probably shouldn't be, but he's not the first or only. This happens all the time. What happened was, according to the sources in the area, was that the fan yelled Westbrook at him. And you know what, man? He seems to be really sensitive about that, right? Yeah. That term Westbrook really grinds his gears more than anything else.
He was 3 and 19.
Touche.
Seriously. It's an odd thing to get that mad over.
This is the part of the video, and the only part of the video that I actually want to examine, though. We've talked about other parts of it, but Tony, let's speed this up a little bit, see if people notice the same thing I'm going to notice here. And you can see there the child sitting between his father and Westbrook. Keep moving, and watch the child totally unaffected by what is happening in front of him, and speed this up slightly so that I could just zone in on the way the child is eating, because the child doesn't seem to be concerned that Westbrook is about to fight his father. Westbrook showing off his abs, as I would if my abs looked like that. Let's look at the kid. Look at the kid right there. What is the kid? Were there no utensils in the plate? Is the kid eating a steak off the paper plate with just his mouth and not his hands? What is being eaten there?
That is such a great catch. I've seen this video a dozen times and I never caught that.
But what is he eating? Like, why? And he's not
Looks
worried.
like a flank steak.
Like,
yeah. He's eating a styrofoam plate.
They're on. He's got. It would appear. I can't totally tell because it's a little far away and it's grainy. But there's a security guard, and I mean, you see where his hand is. Westbrook's hand is in a fighting posture, and the father is getting up, and is the kid looking at the camera? He's giving us the side eye.
Is that a "What Would Jesus Do" bracelet on Russell? That's grabbing his crotch presently.
20 CB.
A flank steak and what looks like French fries. I can't totally tell. Maybe a roll of some sort.
Mac and cheese,
It
baby?
may just be a piece of ham. But
It looks like just a piece of ham, like Canadian bacon.
Yes.
That's the headline. Yes. Child eats styrofoam plate as dad taunts Westbrook.
Again, Cody, he is not eating the styrofoam plate. He's clearly...
You can't say that definitively.
You really can't.
I can't say that he's not eating a styrofoam plate.
No,
Right.
no.
Tony,
Too
let's
blurry.
see. Let's take a closer look here so that I can get full vision of how this child eat. Does the child indeed have a utensil in his?
That's the edge of
He
the
did
plate.
that with intent
edge of
too.
the plate
That wasn't
and
a
some
panic
meat,
maneuver.
yeah.
That was the move.
He's thinking good styrofoam.
And what's weird is he's got a fork in his hand and his left hand is free.
This is what I was going to ask you. He's got a utensil and is actively rebelling against the utensil.
Plate eater.
Gnawing at it.
It is a fairly amazing way.
Also worth noting that I believe that is a canned water in the dad's hand. So this is not alcohol fueled, we don't think.
Okay, excellent study of everything that's happening.
This kid is not worried about that food falling off the plate either. the
No,
way he's holding
it's clearly a veteran move. This is the way the child often eats because he's doing so with a great deal of confidence right there. That is unbelievable.
I think Greg is right about the plate.
Yeah, it's the edge of the plate. The
In that
teeth are on the
sill
edge.
that's up
Yes,
on the screen
right
right
there.
now,
Yes.
that looks like a chunk of plate.
Yeah,
Is
thank
it
you.
is it possible he's bringing it up to his mouth not to bite, but to suck it in? Just kind of like a vacuum.
Yeah, that could be.
Just the plate is merely the vessel.
Inhaling his meal.
It's like, have you ever been to like an Asian restaurant and like they give you the stuff and you're just supposed to slurp it out the bowl as
Yeah.
opposed to using any sort of utensil? He's kind of doing it that way.
That is
Mukbang.
definitely a Dasani water.
Amin is right, though, that this is a trigger for Westbrook. It's the Westbrook thing. It's Bayless. Both Westbrook and his wife have come after Skip Bayless for repeatedly using that term with Westbrook. And I imagine, given that by volume he is, I believe, the worst three-point shooter in the history of the league, I would understand why a man who hasn't done a great deal of doubt in his career is bouncing around from team to team, can't make shots, and doesn't like people reminding him again and again that a Hall of Famer is someone who can't make shots.
So, two things. One is his documentary that came out on Showtime a couple of years ago I was surprised how much of it was just devoted to reacting to Stephen A., Skip Bayless, and like one other third kind of talking head person. I mean, he is obsessed. Oh, Colin Cowherd. He's obsessed with what they say about him at all times, and it colors what he believes to be the media coverage of him. When he thinks what the media thinks of Russell Westbrook, he's literally just referring to those four guys because they keep clipping over and over again. The other thing is, I believe the sense of kind of sensitivity about that comes from, I guess, his kid getting bullied at school. Yeah. The kids calling him Westbrook and all that. And so that's why I think it's a very instant red button for him.
His family name is being mocked as well. You know, it's just not him as a player.
Well,
Greg
his
Costin.
family name is being mocked.
He seems like a proud man, and I wonder how any of us would react in general to being as good at what he does as he has been throughout his career, an MVP, and having a bunch of people who aren't that good at anything in their life being perpetually critical of his ability to play basketball when they don't understand how hard it is to be that good.
It's his ability to shoot. There's a solution. Hit a shot. I mean, you're 3 of 19.
He did that a little bit while winning the MVP.
My dad once called me Amin El Hasn't.